Okay, a little update on the 318 project for all you Yamaha guys that was probably hoping this had fallen off the map. Well, it hasn't. It's been coming right along actually. We're moving pretty quick now, getting up almost to the bracketry stage. We got her setting in here to see how everything's going to line up. It's looking pretty good. The chain there. A little close to the torque converter, but chains aren't supposed to come off, so as long as it don't come off, we'll be okay. We got our transmission over here. We got that pretty well whipped. We got our one gear in there, and our bearings are all set in the housings. We got the other gear here that goes inside that, and then the hub that fits that gear to the shaft that's already on the we took out of the old go-kart. Okay, so there you go, Yamaha boys. You better keep spending money on fancy tune-up parts because I'm afraid you're going to need them. Okay, the old 318 project's coming along quite nicely. We've been making a little push on it since the 7th is coming right up. Thought maybe we could get her running. We got the transmission all mounted in. There's our gears. Seem to be working nicely. Still got the back open. There's the infamous tight spot between the chain and the torque converter. Got my chain on, you can see exactly how close that is. It's not too bad. We tend to think it's going to be alright as long as the chain don't jump off for some unknown reason. But I guess that's about it. And onward to mounting the motor on. Alright. Alrighty. I got the old Yamaha crusher back here running. I like to say this was the first time I fired it up. And I caught it on film, but it's not. It's the second time I fired it up. We had a little bit of trouble. Had to dump a little gas to her, but once we dumped a little gas down the carb, she seemed to want to talk to us. Fresh carb kit and so forth, never hurt anybody. We're going to fire her up here for you now, and let's see if we can get that carburetor tuned in a little bit. I don't know if I should choke her or not.
Works.
Well, it appears as though we might have run out of gas. We'll take a little look at the fuel system and go from there. You're not running so good. It's pretty wet.
Not going to run the greatest with that much oil in it, is it?
No. It should. When you crank it up, though, it should run better than that.
That's 2-cycle. It's got it real rich, right?
Mm-hmm. See, when I was keeping the choke on, it was starting to come up a little bit. Where's some of this shit? There we go. Okay, why aren't we pulling enough fuel? That's definitely the problem. I mean, it's spitting none out the overflow.
and it's not filling up the filter.
Filter fucked up?
Might be. That's where we're going to start. Alrighty. Did a little tear apart on the carburetor and blew everything out. Take a good look at the gasket kit. All looked good. Didn't really see anything disturbing, but fired right up. We'll give you a little sample of that. We'll get her going here and see if we can tune her in a little bit. Maybe put some RPMs to her. Brand new piston and rings. We don't want to run her too hard, and she's running free, so she ain't under a load at all. Let me fire that up for you. Yamahas, beware. We're going to call this first start, no belt, no chain. First start, belt on, no chain. Okay, as the old saying goes, proof is in the pudding. And we're about ready to taste the pudding right here. Belts on, chains on. This will be our first launch. Let's see if them tires turn.
Much to the dismay of some Yamaha owners, that thing flies.
Well, I guess it's time to pay the piper, as the old saying goes, and make a report in on that 318 motor. You know, we had her up there and rode her around quite a bit. Boy, sure I'm glad them Yamaha guys didn't show up. Wow, they've been a little embarrassing. They were about 3/4 of the way up the hill and got stuck. Well, don't like to make excuses, but belt got a little thin. Really didn't want to get on that motor very hard. Being a new piston and rings and all, no sense running her wide open right off the bat, tearing stuff up before you get a chance to see what goes on. And like I said, all in all, she ran pretty good. We thinned the belt out. Them rusty pulleys are a bad idea on a belt. Clean them up before you take it up. Our 1 3/8 belt's down to about 3/4 of an inch. She's still running, so we was running her, but anyway, so to my old buddy Tom, who out of all the engineering kind of guys I know was the only one that could go through the calculations for me and say, yeah, Rodney, it looks like that might be right. I didn't have my tack hooked up, so I really don't know what RPMs I was running, and to push her to $6,000 on that first run, I probably wouldn't have done it anyways. I do know that from the GPS, run a top speed of about 33 miles an hour. It's about as fast as I wanted to go on them roads. Glad I wasn't going 45. But anyway, so I don't know where my RPMs was, but I'm going to say we got to be close. It's going to be real interesting to see exactly how close we were, because it's going to be close. But that's my 318 report, and man, I wish I could say I stomped all over them Yamaha guys, but I didn't.